The location of the driving axle determines whether the vehicle is classified as rear-wheel drive, front-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, or all-wheel drive. Rear-wheel drive vehicles can use a conventional layout with the engine at the front of the vehicle. The torque from the engine is transmitted to the rear-mounted driving axle by propeller or drive shaft. This spreads the weight of components throughout the vehicle. This rear-wheel drive vehicle has the engine at the rear, driving the wheels through a combination transmission and rear axle called a transaxle. The transaxle is lighter than a separate transmission and rear axle. Moving the engine to the rear allows a lower bonnet line, which improves aerodynamics. The increase in weight over the rear wheels can improve their traction. This vehicle has the engine located behind the operator's cabin, but forward of the rear driving axle. This is called a mid-engine rear-wheel drive vehicle. A mid-engine design locates the mass of the engine behind the driver but forward of the rear axle. This allows for a low bonnet profile and good handling. Most goods-carrying rigid commercial vehicles locate the engine near the front and drive the rear axle by a two-piece propeller shaft. The rear axle supports most of the goods or payload. Minibuses commonly locate the engine at the front of the vehicle, beneath the operator's cabin, and drive the rear axle by a propeller shaft. Larger buses and coaches locate the engine at the rear. This allows the vehicle to have a low floor and removes much of the noise and vibration from the passenger compartment. Front-wheel drive vehicles use the front wheels to pull the vehicle along. In light passenger vehicles, it gives lighter body weight and increased interior room. The engine and transaxle are at the front and can be mounted laterally, that is, the engine is parallel to the front axle, or longitudinally, where the engine is in line with the center line of the vehicle. Make a list of current vehicles and classify them according to whether they are rear-wheel drive, front-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, or all-wheel drive.